Hey guys, good morning. Anthony here, Bibles and Barbells, Thursday morning, July 7th, 2022. I've been on the road for about 3.5 hours already. I'm headed towards the Virginia area, and I thought I'd make a few videos while I was driving. This is the first. If you hear a little beeping noise, that's one of my sensors it's got some kind of short in it or something. It just goes off. Nothing wrong with the vehicle, but you'll hear the sensor go off. At any rate, I wanted to just catch up on a few things that have been taking place. For those of you that have been following CERN, capital C-E-R-N, CERN is the location of the Large Hadron Collider, which is the largest machine in the world that's underground there. If you don't know about it, I suggest you do some research on it. Check out its history, what it does, what it's looking for. If you go to my Instagram page, I have a couple of links there on that where you could go and look. There's some sermons by Pastor Charles Lawson. He talks a lot about it in some of his sermons, and there's a lot of other people that talk about it as well because of how controversial it is. So yesterday, 2 days ago, July 5th, that collider was reactivated again. And so I think it was down for a few years for repairs, but now it's up and running. I don't know to which strength it's running right now. It's only the second day, but I believe that we're going to see a speeding up of evil taking place in our country and in our world, not solely because of the Large Hadron Collider looking for the God particle, looking for dark matter, looking to open up other realms, I guess is a good way to say it, other dimensions, is how it's been said. But basically what it's doing is it's siding with evil and allowing evil to permeate more and more into our realm, into our society, into people. These demons that already roam the dry places, the Bible says, and go into people because there's nowhere for them to go. Of course, at the day of judgment, there'll be somewhere for them to go, and that's the lake of fire. But until then, they're allowed to, or they have to, possess people. They have to continue their evil destruction, and that's one of the things that we're going to see more and more of as the world turns. Remember the old soap opera, As the World Turns? Well, the world is not turning. The world is stationary. If you don't know about that, just read the Bible again. There are over 250 scriptures talking about that the earth is immovable, it's stationary, and the stars, the sun, and the moon are within our firmament, move around the stationary earth. So if you're still unsure about that, or you're still clinging to this spinning globe, spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, going around the sun 666, they always have that number 666 worked in there, whether it's the Earth orbiting around the sun at 666,000 miles an hour, while it spins at 1,000 miles an hour, and while it propels 2 million miles an hour through the galaxy. People actually believe in that, and most people will fight you on it. So if you're still in that camp, it's time to throw some cold water in your face and really start hitting the books, and really ask for Yahuwah to open your eyes into really what's going on, because evil men with evil blood and evil intentions are pushing this agenda on people, on the world. They're pushing this new world order. It's all coordinated. It's all one organization, if you will, under many names, under the guise of religion, under the guise of atheism, under the guise of New Age, under the guise of environmentalism, saving the planet, whatever you want to call it. It's man's way of playing God. And if you go back in my videos, the 1,600 videos that I have on YouTube, going back to almost 2008, you'll see in a lot of my commentaries, a lot of what I talk about, it's the same thing. I have learned a lot in the past 10, 20 years. My eyes have been opened. Lots of things that I was following, lots of false teachings, doctrines of men, I have left in the dust. And I have, I know I keep talking about it, but I plan on doing a series of videos. Maybe I could do it in one, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it live on my testimony, just my walk from what things were like when I was younger, how I came to faith, how this mind was shaped and molded, and how where I stand today at this point in my life at 59 years old. So I plan on doing that. I just haven't done it yet. Lots going on. But I do plan on doing it. I want to do this video just to touch base on a few topics. Yesterday we saw the Georgia Guidestones explode. I saw a lot of the video. I don't know if it's actual somebody planted explosives. It doesn't look like that. It looks like either a shock wave or a bolt of lightning or something blew those stones apart, because the cameras that are pointed on the objects do not show any, at least I haven't seen yet. Maybe if you have, you could post a link in the comment section, but I haven't seen where somebody actually went and physically planted something. So it's kind of, from what I saw, it seems like it's from up above. If you really want to know, and if you don't know about the Georgia Guidestones, it's basically the 10 Commandments of man. The first being a depopulation agenda, of which we are well underway. We have been underway for some time, many years, but they have speeded up the agenda the last 2+ years. Let's leave it at that, without me having to get into great detail. And that agenda will move forward. We're seeing it in, just talk to anyone that's in the funeral industry. Their business is booming. In fact, if you want to get into a business, that's probably a business that they're going to need a lot of help with in the coming months, years, and decades moving forward, as this agenda of depopulation moves forward. The elite, or government leaders, do not have our health and best interests in mind. If they did, they'd be pushing an agenda of supplementation, of good diet, of good hygiene, of getting off medications instead of getting on medications, drinking better drinking water, purifying our water to the point where it's actually healthy for us instead of fluoridating it, chlorinating it, and who knows what else they put in it. But again, the evil runs deep is what I want to say, and they have many different avenues in place right now where they could perpetrate that evil and push it upon the population. I always go back to when the rioting started, before the last election, and I saw this coordinated, cohesive movement of men, material, taking over of three-letter agencies. We'll leave it at that. And you guys that have been watching my channel know you can read between the lines. The three-letter agencies and other agencies that we probably don't even know of yet that do exist helped coordinate this, had to have. Cooperation of mayors and governors, councils, congressional members, Senate members, presidential cabinet level positions, military, through the Pentagon and whatever other black projects that are going on or have been going on, CIA. Again, none of this could be pulled off to the extent that it has been without a single sheet of music. When there's an orchestra and they're playing and they're all on the same page and on that, following their musical lines, following their instrumental lines, it's just pure. In many cases, it's pure beauty when you listen to the classical music, and then you have a conductor that's keeping the tempo and keeping everything in order. That's exactly what's been going on in this system that's being perpetrated, and I call it the beast system in many of my videos. And it's really amazing to watch it, because when I see it, the Bible just comes to life. Scripture jumps out at me, and my faith runs so much deeper, and I just get so much more deeper involved in wanting to know more and more of the Word. A hunger for righteousness, a hunger and thirst for righteousness, a thanksgiving to Yahuwah for enlightening my mind and quickening my spirit to really trust His Son, Yahusha, the Messiah, in my life and with my family, and trust every single. It's a moment by moment trust. It's not just something that I did one day. I said a prayer and everything. I hope this is all going through. Hope the sound is coming through. I have the microphones on. But this moment by moment walk of faith that I have, and I hope in watching some of my videos that you are compelled to dig into the scriptures and do the same thing for yourself. Follow His commandments. Abandon anything that is hindering you from doing that. And I just watched a video of Pastor Dowell. I've been watching Pastor Dowell for a long time. He has a lot of insight into prepping and just watched one of his latest videos, and it was very eye-opening to watch it. And he talks about the modern church movement, if you will, what they push, the prosperity gospel, modern Christianity, which pushes a lot of unbiblical teachings. They've abandoned, more or less, following the commandments, the Torah, the Sabbath, and that's one of the reasons why I left the so-called the modern church movement, if you will. And I'll talk about it more in future videos. But I wanted to do this video today, this particular one, to tell you that we are going to see a of evil that the likes have never been seen before. And it's exponentially going to get worse and worse. Not just because CERN is up and running, but because people's minds, spirits, and hearts have been seared, and a lot of people have given themselves over to evil, and they're still clinging to fallen man to save them, rather than looking above, looking to the Almighty and asking Him for direction, for guidance, for salvation. They're just unwilling to let go of what they're holding on to, what they've been taught, the things that the school system, the educational system has taught them, the science community, upbringing, what auntie and grandma and grandpa taught them. A lot of that is just not biblical. It's not scriptural. So there comes a point in our lives where we have to tear off everything, get rid of the dross, get rid of everything that is holding us back, free ourselves of that, and move into asking Yah to really mold and shape us. And that's not easy to do, because it means giving up a lot. It means, losing family members, as far as, it's crazy. Conspiracy theorist, a heretic, and I'm going through it, and I've been through it, and I really don't care what people think about me. I care about my relationship with Yahushua, Jesus, and I care about telling others that they can have the same thing too. And it's not about one and done. Repeat this prayer after me. Give your life to Jesus. Although it's a start, I would tell you to read the scriptures yourself, to pray to the Almighty for yourself, and to ask Him to show you the way, the truth, and the life. And you will see that He will come through with His promise. It may be a little uneasy for you, for some of the things He's going to tear away in your life, and some of the things He's going to show you. But again, the early church went through it. The apostles went through it. They forsook everything to follow Yahushua. Actually, most of them gave their lives. They knew their lives were going to be taken because they were following Yahushua, His law, His commandments. They were showing their love for Him by following His commandments. And many martyrs throughout the centuries who did the same suffered the same fate. So it's not life on easy street that the modern church teaches today, where you go and enjoy the worship experience, you leave with this euphoric experience, and then you wait until next week and redo it and go through it all over again. It's not like that. It's a battle. It's a battle from the start. It's a battle from the beginning. You will be challenged. You will be persecuted. You will be sought after by these demons that roam. You will be sought after by people bent on proving you wrong, proving themselves right so they can feel good about themselves when they're marching down a path of destruction. And so I want to end this video, this particular video that I'm doing, on this creature that shot up the 4th of July celebration in Illinois. This Cremo or Creepo. And I don't know where these people come from, how they groom them, what kind of demonic spirits push them towards this. But there's an agenda of evil that want to disarm the United States. That's been going on for a long time. It's common sense gun control is what they call it. Common sense laws. Maybe the 10,000 common sense laws on the books already are not working. Maybe they need 10,000 more. I don't know. But that's kind of what they're pushing. And the sight of this guy, this I don't know what to call him. It's evil incarnate is what it is. We're seeing evil incarnate before our very eyes, and people just go from one crisis to the next saying, oh well, at some point it might get better. We just got to write our congressman, our senator, write the White House, send them an email. Maybe they'll change. Maybe somebody will see the light. And maybe at this next election is the one that's going to do it. Yeah, that's it. November is when everything's going to change. And the Republicans and the conservatives are going to take their seats and just throw out all that's going on. There's a Judas Priest song called "You've Got Another Thing Coming," and if you think that's going to happen, I've got a bridge for you in Brooklyn that's for sale. Let me know. I'm selling it this weekend for a very good price. I'm trying to be funny here, guys. You're not going to see it in November. In fact, you're going to see things leading up to November that you ain't seen nothing yet of what they have planned. The arrows in their quiver are endless. The distance they will go of perpetrating evil is endless. And all I can tell you is sit back, be prayerful, get out of their system, try to have as little to do with it as you can. Stay away from their pharmakia, future pharmakia. You've already succumbed to any of the. Keep your family and your children away from them. Keep your daughters and sons out of their military. Pray to Yah on all occasions, any time of the day, any hour. Breath prayers, vocal prayers. Pray through his son Yahusha, the Messiah, who saves us from this current evil, who will rescue us, who will help us through it. Those that live through the tribulation period. He will help you through it. He will get you through it. And if you're martyred during it, consider yourself blessed. That's what the word says. It's a battle, guys. It's a battle. This evil that's being perpetrated on us will not cease until it has world dominance and sets up its utopia, and then tries to set itself up with a leader that calls himself or wants to be worshipped as a god or as God. More videos to come. Anthony signing off. Stay ready. Yah bless.